So my journey began when in these 2 years when God spoke to me about my wife and gave me details. And God told me, tomorrow wake up, go to Catoloni Prayer Center. How did I know Catoloni Prayer Center? God is speaking to me again. He's telling me, today, tomorrow, wake up, go to Catoloni Prayer Center. Your wife is there. As you drive and you enter the gate, she'll be in your eyes. You'll see her. Number one, she had come purposely to the prayer center to pray for her marriage.
Yes.
That was about to scatter. Number two, she's telling me, you see this ring? Now, what I suffered, every call she gave me, she was talking about her breakup and the man. To us men, when you're talking about your ex, over 6 months, you're talking about your ex, 8 months, you're telling me about the story of your ex.
Hello, good people.
Welcome again, guys. We continue listening to this word
Of this very, very inspiring story. Where have you heard of that?
So I began to do deliverances. I began to see things in the spirit. I began to minister to people. And I see deliverance. I began to pray for totally any sickness, and it goes. Cancer, things dematerialize as I speak. So when I was there, it dawned on me again about the covenant I had with God in 2004 to marry. So scenario happened. I got a lady. That was from outside country. She just came in Kenya. She was living abroad. She just came in Kenya. And when she came in Kenya, she realized that I was the spiritual father to her family.
Okay.
The father and the mother were my spiritual sons and daughters.
Okay.
And the family, the whole family. Her sisters had a problem of epilepsy, falling down. And one of the sisters used to go to a grave to do prayers. They are from Ukambani area.
Okay.
So this senior elder sister came from abroad. When she heard about my story, she got impressed about me. So we ended up dating.
Okay.
And courtship. So things scattered because it went too much that she picked the phone number of my spiritual father, my apostolic father, and called my apostolic father and spoke evil about me. The time I was preparing to take her to my spiritual father, she called the spiritual father and said, I am a perverse person. I sleep with women. I want, I don't know what. Why? Because I used to tell her, you can only be a daughter to me. I cannot marry you.
Whoa.
Remain a daughter. And she used to want me to marry her.
Okay.
By force. Okay? So she used to do good things to me. She used to do a lot of good things to me.
Okay.
Yeah. Stand with it because that moment I'd already begun to become an apostolic evangelist. I had not opened a church. I used to minister to different places. So during that time, now God speaks to me and gives me details and tell me, the wife I told you in 2004 that you'll marry, this is her age, this is her complexion, this is her name. God gave me the names. Okay? And God told me even what is happening. And God told me there's a location she is. Yeah. Wake up tomorrow, pack and go. I said, God, go where? Where? Go where? He said, you have always obeyed my voice. Go. Now, let me say something. I went into depression because this lady destroyed the relationship I had with my apostolic father. And something grew here at the middle of my head, here at the hair. Something grew. And maggots began to boil on top of the head. Maggots.
Your head.
Here at the center, maggots. Because I loved my apostolic father so much. And how he received the news and how he entrusted me and what he wanted me to become in his hands, he felt as if he has wasted his investment. Now, he didn't bother to go deep to the story and find out why. I pleaded with him. I cried to him. I tried to call him. He didn't pick my calls. I sent him messages. He never responded. I booked an appointment. He declined. So I went into depression.
Oh.
Yeah. Because of the love I have for God and for him. And he had labored enough for me spiritually and also to mentor me physically. So to me, that was a relationship that is breaking up that I need. To me, it was everything. Yeah. He was everything to me. So this lady ensured that my relationship with him ended. So reported a lot of things to me, a lot of bad things to me. And part of the church member in that same church that I was older in that church than him was living in the plot where I was living. And this lady used to come even to where I am. So the person used to see the lady. So the person went there and also added salt. Said this man is perverse. He's sleeping with women. And my father, mind you, he's so strict on righteousness and issues of holiness. Actually, he's a preacher of holiness and righteousness only. In this Nairobi, he's known. So he went there, but my father never bothered to call me one-on-one to ask me, tell me what happened. He could have. I thought he could have summoned me and the lady to the office and asked, let me hear you, let me hear you. He did not do that. But for reasons best not to him.
To him, yeah.
I believe he got angry because he trusted me so much. He believed that I can become something to him. Okay? He had even purposed to cater for everything for my wedding.
Okay.
He had announced in the church. He said, those that are my sons from this house, I'll cater for everything.
Okay.
So I used to know also he's one of the persons that is going to also to contribute a lot to my life. So that relationship broke. I had to go back and ask God, what is it? No, in these 2 years, God is speaking to me about my next move in life.
Okay.
So my journey began when, in these 2 years, when God spoke to me about my wife and gave me details. And God told me, tomorrow wake up, go to Katoloni Prayer Center. How did I know Katoloni Prayer Center? One of my aunties in Nairobi here, lives in Nairobi. His husband, who I call him Uncle, took me to Katoloni Prayer Center in 2015 when I had just discharged from the forces. He took me in 2015 to Katoloni Prayer Center. He introduced me to the bishop at Katoloni Prayer Center, called Bishop Paul Karanja. And Bishop the uncle is called Paul Karanja. The bishop of the prayer center is called Paul Karanja.
Okay.
So he introduced me, he said, this is a young man, is my boy, is what. And the man looked at me and he told him openly, he said, this boy is confused. He doesn't have direction for life. Help him. So Bishop Paul Karanja in Katoloni laid hands on me, prayed for me, and he told me, you will not fail. So by the time God is speaking to me, it is 2019 about my wife. Now in 2020, God is speaking to me again. He's telling me, today, tomorrow, wake up. Go to Katoloni Prayer Center. Your wife is there. As you drive and to enter the gate, she'll be in your eyes. You'll see her. So God gave me plain instructions. So I followed. I had a car. We drove. When I was entering the gate of Katoloni Prayer Center like this, I saw her standing in front of me. I went outside the car, looked at her. She was talking to somebody there. When she was done talking to that person, I went and greeted her. She smiled. And she did not know she got carried. She spoke to me for the next 3 hours.
Wow.
Listening to me, she was asking any spiritual question and I could answer.
Wow.
And she got shocked. And she asked me, are you really a Christian? And I never told her I'm an apostle or I'm a man of God. No, I didn't mention that one. Yeah. So we spent time with her. She ended up spending more time with me in the prayer center. After we go for the services, when we come out, people are going to the hall. I used to spend time with her. We prayed together. In the night, we join hands from almost in the midnight. We pray on the ground, too much cold. We pray over 3 hours together. So that was the first time I met her.
You're holding the heart ziko on a ring.
Yes.
You're not feeling
And I saw
fire burning you.
No, there's no fire. Then I met her, we exchanged contacts, and God told me, this is your wife.
Oh,
So the second day in the prayer center, I told her, you are my.
why?
She said, what? You don't even have decorum to be romantic and explain some things. I said, you are my wife. Now, our journey began there. Our journey of rejection, blasphemy, and betrayal
Wow.
began there. Because number one, she had come purposely to the prayer center to pray for her marriage
Yes.
that was about to scatter. Number two, she's telling me, you see this ring? I am engaged. She said, I'm preparing my rosho, and I told her, did you hear from God clearly that that man is your husband? She said, yes. I have got affirmations after affirmations. Men of God have approved this thing. And that's why it is important that maybe later on I'll come here, I'll talk about hearing God.
Okay.
About these things, because most people wake up you see, people think hearing God is easy. The spiritual realm is an open realm. Many spirits are speaking.
Okay.
People see visions and dreams, and people are misled. Say, I have dreamt. In fact, I disregard people saying, I have dreamt about my wife, I've dreamt about my husband, because the dream world is so crafty. You can be caught without knowing. And you know, speed is not an advantage when you're heading the wrong direction. So she began to go to a wrong direction. I told her, I am your husband and you're my wife. And I told her, my word to you is final. It is sovereign. You cannot stop it. Then she said to me, she looked at me and she said, if you think you are the one, stop my wedding. I will know it is not of God. She said she's getting married to a man of God, highly esteemed man of God. They have gone so far. They have courted. Everything is known.
I have the
Yeah.
rings.
She told me, this ring, you see, gold. Okay? I said, okay. That is the moment I realized when the word of God says that I will teach your hands to wage war. It's warfare. Whatsoever things you want in this life, you don't take it. Life doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you command and demand. So our warfare began. She began to avoid me now. She could not pick my calls. Yeah. Also, our first meeting, I cannot really. I'm poor in remembering. Our first meeting, she left the day she was leaving the prayer center. It was a Sunday.
Okay.
She left with me in my car which I was driving. Then we drove together to Kitengela. She began to submit to me the first day. She changed the direction. Instead of going back home and going back to a church here in Nairobi.
Begged me.
I told
But
her,
you still went inside.
You talked to me nicely. So how could I say
she followed. And I went to the church where I was fellowshipping. There was a local church there where it was. We went there with the car. And I allowed her to go with a friend of mine who is called Japhet like me. I'm Japhet. There's a friend who was called Japhet. And we were together in the car. So we drove. Now she went to Japhet's home. Because Japhet is married with children.
Okay.
She went to her home. So me, I went to my place to dress up. Then they came with her at the church.
Okay.
So we church, what. When we finished the church, we went outside. I touched her like this. Just take a photo. She declined.
I am someone's
She said I'm
lady.
perverse. She said I look like I'm a perverse person.
Wow.
You know, you are touchy.
why are you touchy?
Yeah.
Why were you touchy?
Yeah. To her, touching is evil. It is sin. Now, a lot of things. She was so negative
I
about.
was not dating him.
She was not dating me.
Why would you put your hand on me?
So
Why?
she was the right. She had the right to do that. So
Yeah. And you are looking at your wife. You are like, yo, this is my wife. What is wrong with you?
Yes.
I'm one kind of a person that when God speaks, it is final. Your opinion doesn't matter. Your opinion doesn't. I don't care. When God tells me, it is final.
Yeah.
God told me, this is your wife. Yeah. So I have to practice to be a husband. So
You're wondering, look at this girl resisting the husband.
I said, this is my wife. So actually, I was not touching her intentionally. I just used to find unconsciously, I've just holding her hands. Unconsciously, I'm just like, so it was something unconscious.
Okay.
Yeah, to be very honest.
Tunaita mapenzi.
Yeah, I couldn't. So when I touch her, I realized because I don't want to piss her off, I will apologize straight away because I'm like, how did my hand even reach here? How? So I escorted her, she left. Now, this is the problem. The first time we met at the prayer center, when she left, she kept calling me. When she has issues to do with her relationship, she calls me to find answers.
Wow.
No, it's not that time. There's a time you traveled.
Yeah.
That's the time.
After the Catoloni, we met the first time. I left Kenya.
Okay.
I went to Uganda.
Okay.
God appeared to me and told me, I want to anoint you. Now I got confused. You want to, so you mean I am not anointed? God told me, the assignment I have for your life, if you begin to deliver people and to start doing your assignment, if you are not anointed, witches will kill you. People will die, will kill you. I said, wait a minute. God, I have been doing miracles. I've been prophesying to the lives of people. I lay hands on the sick, they recover. God told me that is faith realm. There are 3 dimensions of the spirit. Faith, anointing, glory. I said, you mean it is only the faith I have that is doing all this? He said, yes, you are not anointed.
Okay.
If you go anywhere, people can kill you so fast. You are only operating in the realm of faith. That's when I realized faith is so strange.
Okay.
I said, okay. So what do I do? He said, I want to anoint you. I said, okay, what do I do? He said, wake up on Friday, travel and go to Uganda. Uganda? I have never been to Uganda. Where am I going? He said, I said, go to Uganda. I said, what? When I checked my phone, I only have 10,000 in my M-Pesa. I said, now what do I do? It was on a Tuesday. My heart got troubled. I crossed Wednesday. I became so troubled. In the night I could not sleep. I stay awake, I pray. When I sleep, I hear, wake up and pray. I pray. Then the voice told me, if you don't go to Uganda, you'll have yourself to blame. So on Friday, I left Kitengela in the morning, came to Nairobi, went to River Road, went to Mash, is it Mash? Yes, Mash. Booked an Ugandan bus. I paid 4,800. Okay? Mind you, I don't have a passport. I don't have yellow card. I don't have anything. And then look at this. When God told me go to Uganda, He told me, when you reach at the Uganda border, at the custom, there's an angel I have sent waiting for you at the border. He'll receive you. An angel. So God told me, when you go to Uganda, don't carry any documentation. So I left I left everything from ID and everything. Say, now what nonsense am I doing? Sometimes God speaks and you feel, I think God is not okay. Something is wrong. It's not okay. Because God doesn't make sense. He doesn't live in the realm of senses.
Okay.
So I went, booked the bus in the morning. I prepared in the evening, took a bag, he came to Nairobi, nikaboard bus. Nilipoboard bus, this was the first announcement. Habari zenu abiria is an Arab guy. He's a Swahili guy from Mombasa. Natumai nyote mnajua sheria. Tutavuka mpaka saa 9:15 usiku, boda ya Busia. Tafadhali hakikisha uko na kitambulisho, yellow card na passport yako. Now I am seated. Akasema kila mtu ako nayo? Yes. So I am seated and I know I don't have any of the above. Any of the
Above.
above. That is 2019, right? No, that is 2020.
2021.
No, 2021.
2021.
That's 2021. Because 2020, I'm meeting her for the first time in Catoloni Prayer Center.
Okay.
2020, we are meeting in November. Now that is 2021. God is speaking to me about going to Uganda. Because He wants to anoint me. So, the journey began. It commenced very well. We went, but as we are going, I was getting worried. An angel is waiting for me at the border. What nonsense am I? What am I in now? Already the money I'm having cannot keep me in Uganda or sustain me. Already. It's 10,000. Already I've paid 4,800. So I went. We reached at Busia border at 2:40 in the night. The bus left Nairobi at 9. We reached at Busia border at 2:40 at the custom. So, no, before we reached there, I had the bus attendant saying, I'm passing by checking every documentation so that when you reach at the border, we don't spend more time. You display your documentation at the custom, we cross, we go. When he reached at where I was seated, he said, where are your documents? I said, I'm a senior person and somebody is waiting for me at the custom. He said, you are a senior person? I said, yes. Also, when una watu wakubwa wanangoja custom, I said, yes. My documents are already there. So the person, I don't know how, he believed what I said. I don't know how. He believed, he said, oh, he said, kumbe tumepewa wakubwa kwa hii gari. Kuna wakubwa? Mbea ya. Na mkabwa tuwete kifanyia gari, nikamwambia, anything happens to this car, just don't worry, I'm here. So we reached at the border. Tukishuka, at the border, no. What happened? Yeah, we reached at the border. When we reached at the border, nikishuka, hapo ndio kindumulimbo kilianza. Because, tulishuka tukapanga line kwa custom. Then there's a mirror, there's a small place to talk. And the custom officers are seated inside. I was in the queue where people were queuing. So when I was queuing, it was my turn and people are following. That's the moment I realized at the borders there's a lot of corruption. When you enter, it says corruption free zone, but corruption is still there. Borders have corruption. I reached there. I saw people paying money because they don't have some documentations. Paying money, a lot of money. I saw with my 2 eyes. And I saw also with my 2 eyes people who are not able to cross because of documentation. Because the officers are so tough. Especially at Busia. They're so tough. It was still COVID time. Still COVID time. You need COVID clearance, yellow card, what. So I was saying now, what am I saying? I remembered. I said, Lord, you said the angel is waiting for me here. Okay. So the angel is the one who has my documents. Okay, fine. I relaxed. When I appeared at the window, the glass, the officer, I won't forget, she was a woman, a huge woman, having glasses. She did like this. Then she looked at me. She said, where are your documents? I said, I don't have. She said, who are you? I said, I'm a man of God. You are an apostle? I said, yes. Where are you going? I'm going to Kampala. Where is your ID? I forgot my ID. COVID-19 certificate? I don't have. Yellow card? I don't have. She looked at me again, went into silence, looked at me again, then she called somebody inside the windows where they are working. Come. The person came. I said, now this is the time. I said, the person, they talked, whispered something. Then the person came outside and he told me, he was an officer. He said, come. He ordered my hand. I said, huh? What is happening? He took me to an office. They did a yellow card immediately. Stamped. There's an office. I never knew there's an office for health right there. Sorry. Stamped the yellow card. Did the COVID-19 certificate. Wrote my names. Everything. Did for me what you call temporary passport on a paper. East African. Stamped. Wrote my name. Everything. Gave me to my hands. Told me, go back to the queue.
Wow.
I went queued. The woman took. She said,
wow.
You have been helped. I said, yes, madam. Thank you so much. Said, well, what are you going to do in Uganda? I said, God told me to go. He said, okay, I believe you. How many days are you going there? I told her, God told me to go 7 days. He said, okay, I will give you 14 days. So she wrote in the permit, 14 days.
Wow. Wow.
And they passed. And the people who were there, that woman, I realized she was the toughest among the officers. People returned, did not cross the border. Even the bus 5 people did not cross.
Wow.
She was so tough. How it happened, I don't know until today. We crossed the border. When we cross the border, immediately you cross the border with the bus, you find the military of Uganda. There's a stopover, there's a barricade. They stop the car, the military enter inside, they inspect your identifications. Again. And what they're checking, not clearance from the border, they're checking your ID. Are you an Ugandan or a Kenyan? So, when they were going, I was seated, I think seat number 46 or something. When the military reached where I am, I was with the woman. They took this woman, they checked. There were two. And they were so tough. Because some of the people, they went outside the bus, they were vetted afresh, taken back to the border. When they reached where I am, they looked at me and said, hey, how are you? I said, I'm fine. Ah, sorry, we don't deserve such people like you. They passed. They passed. I
Wow.
was like, what is happening? I'm enjoying this angel now. Angel I'm enjoying. So I reached at Kampala in the morning. Reached at Kampala in the morning. I did not understand where now I am going. Because now you are in Kampala, where are you going? Now God told you to come, where are you going? When I reached Kampala, the Lord spoke to me again in that morning. He said, my son, call anybody and ask the person, tell the person you're going to a place called Seguku. I said, God, you say? He said, Seguku. So I called the person, a taxi driver. How are you? I'm fine. I'd like to go to Seguku. He said, you're a Kenyan? I said, yes. Do you know the place? I said, no. Where are you going in Seguku? Seguku is like when you say, I am in Dagoretti. So I was like, where really am I going? And the person said, you'll get Seguku? Yes. Then he said, or are you a man of God? I said, yes, I'm an apostle from Kenya. Oh, so you're going to Seguku? Seguku Prayer Mountain? I said, yes. He told me, now to go with the taxi is 30,000. 30,000. Now I went to my calculator because now I'm getting confused. I'm in Uganda. What is 30,000 in Uganda? Checked, I said, 30,000. I said, now, what will I be remaining with? I've had 10,000 now, 4,800 transport, 3,000 now. How am I going to live there? He said, you look as if you don't have enough. I said, yes. He said, do this. I'll charge you 10,000. I'll stop you at a certain place. You take a motorbike. The motorbike are cheaper. They'll take you to the mountain. Because even the car cannot access that mountain where it is. And I did not know the mountain belongs to a man of God called Apostle John Mulinde. It's called Seguku Prayer Mountain. It's called the World Trumpet Mission. It's the biggest prayer mountain in Uganda. And even Kenya people know the mountain.
Okay.
So, that Seguku Prayer Mountain is connected to Robert Kayanja. Because the Seguku Prayer Mountain is just ahead. Then Robert Kayanja, the man of God from Miracle Chapel, the church is somewhere there. So, the man took me. When he reached where he wanted me to pick a motorbike, he said, do this. I'll just take you.
Wow.
He drove me to that. It's another distance, like 10 kilometers away. He said, something is telling me not to hand you over to this motorbike because these people are robbers. I see you are. Let me take you. He took me to the mountain.
Oh.
I reached the mountain in the evening. Entered the mountain. And when I entered the mountain, I checked into the office. When I checked into the office, they told me for 1 day accommodation is 10,000 in the mountain. 10,000. So you're from Kenya? Yes. You're a man of God from Kenya? Yes. They called the bishop, the apostles. This is a man of God from Kenya. I said, the man of God said, God spoke to me, there's a man coming from Kenya and he'll come to this mountain.
Oh.
I think as I look at him, he is the one. I said, what is happening? So the pastors embraced me. They said, just pay 10,000 for 1 day. The rest of the days, you stay in the in the place, there's no problem.
Wow.
So I entered there, and I was there for 7 days. But in these 7 days, the first day, God told me you'll be praying 3 hours in the night and 3 hours in the day. And for the 7 days you're staying in this mountain, you'll not eat anything. You'll be taking only fluids.
Okay.
So I said, okay. So in the day I used to pray 3 hours, from 12 to 3. In the night I pray again 3 hours, from 12 to 3 again.
Okay.
So the third day when I'm in the mountain, the third day, I am in the church auditorium. I'm praying 3 hours, standing, walking, praying. All of a sudden, I saw 3 angels standing before me. 3. They told me, go to the altar. I moved to the altar. When I reached the altar, they told me, kneel down. I knelt down. I saw Jesus. He said, I have appeared to you to anoint you.
Wow.
And he gave me specific words pertaining my calling and assignment. And he told me exactly why he anointed me. Yeah. The words he used to tell me, when he appeared, what he said to me, he said, Luke 4 verse 18 is upon your life. This is my word. And then he anointed me. He said, I've anointed you. He didn't pour any oil, he laid hands on me. So when I stood, that's when I opened Luke 4:18 to check what does it say. Yeah. So that was the third day.
Wow.
After being anointed the third day, like that, I had that encounter in the night now. I went to sleep. When I woke up in the morning, because I used to sleep at 3, I woke up at 6 in the morning. I found the tent, because that prayer mountain, there are no rooms. There are only caves. They are like caves. These camping kind of camping site things, they are like that. So when I woke up, I found people lining up. I said, who are these? One of the man of God said, these people want to be ministered by you. They were sick, and I saw a witch who wanted to confess to me. She had come to the mountain to kill the pastors in the mountain. She confessed to me that she's a witch.
Oh.
And she was deaf, this witch. I laid hands on her, the ears opened. So in the mountain, you are not supposed to be praying for anybody. There are rules in the mountain. You are not supposed to pray to anybody or to be prayed. So the pastors officially allowed me to pray for people, to minister to people.
Wow.
So people began to come. Ethiopians came to me. That mountain is an international mountain. I saw Ethiopia. They came to me to pray for them. They were giving offerings to me.
Wow.
Laying offerings to my legs, giving me offerings. Yeah, they were giving offerings. Even there's a person who used to come just to see me.
Wow.
A very rich person. So they gave me offerings. I remember the first person gave me 20,000. That person gave me 50,000. Another person gave me 100,000.
Wow.
I lay hands on somebody who had arthritis, got healed. A woman who was brought to the mountain. She was prayed. She was not healed. I prayed for the person, got healed. There's a woman who her leg was amputated because of diabetes, and that other leg wanted to be amputated because it had paralyzed. She insisted to see me, and I went to pray for that woman in the church where the office is of the pastors. They allowed me to pray for people. I laid hands. She got healed.
Oh.
That's how I began to minister to people in the prayer mountain until the 7th day. Now I had to travel. I had money already. I had to travel now back to Kenya. So I came back to Kenya, went again to the prayer mountain. Now when she was trying to avoid me again, she said she never got to pray. Now when she was avoiding me, she found me again. I was going outside the same door, going outside to take a cup, and she was coming inside. So we had a head-on collision at the entrance. She looked.
Wow.
I was happy. Then I told her, you have been running. Here you are. And once she sees me, she'll stop everything, come where I am. She'll spend the rest of her time in the prayer mountain with me.
Wow.
And she'll be telling me only about the fiance. How the fiance is hurting him, how the fiance is changing his mind. Please pray with me. Pray with me. She used to believe I'm so spiritual. She used to know I'm so spiritual and so powerful. So she began to tell me, I want you to be praying for this marriage. I said, okay, no problem.
So you are like, I have agreed. You are not my wife.
No, I did not agree.
I mean, in your actions, it's like you're telling her, I have agreed. I will pray with you.
I pretend
Yes.
for her sake.
Yeah.
I saw this very God, you have entrusted me with this lady. She's my future wife. She's my everything. I don't want to break her. Number two, she's so principled and she's a woman of integrity. I married her when she was a virgin.
Wow.
No man had touched her.
Wow.
So I had known everything.
So this time you're meeting this girl for the second time. Is it anything you had prayed for, you are anticipating, or it's just God in his way of surprising you?
The second time I'm meeting her, we met also in prayer center.
Yes.
Same place, Catalonia.
Yes.
It was not a coincidence. God told me again, rise up, go to Catalonia. She's coming.
Okay.
I had missed her a lot. She's nowhere to be found.
She's
I cannot
not
call
picking?
her. No, not that she's not picking. She gave me an instruction.
Okay.
She said I should keep off from her.
Ah.
She belongs to somebody. She honors that person. And I should not interfere.
Wow.
So I had to hold my heart back.
Okay.
So God appears to me and tells me she has prepared, she's going to Catalonia. Go. Second time, finding her in Catalonia again. So our first meeting is in Catalonia. Second meeting in Catalonia.
So this time, the second time you're meeting her, she's still having the ring, eh?
She's still having the ring, and she came this time. And when she came, I gave her a gift of a book. Time, we are meeting for the second time in the prayer center in Catalonia, Machakos.
Yes.
And she finds me again in the prayer center. Doesn't know what. She thought I'm tracking her phone.
Okay.
Yeah. Finding out, and then I told her, here I am. So that time, we were more closer than the first time we met in Catalonia.
Yeah.
Because she was broken, and she was almost believing there must be something from God for her to do with me.
Okay.
She could not say it, but she believed it.
Okay.
Why? Because I kept expressing myself to her, telling her why we should be together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I told her
I'm
I'm the only man on earth who loves her, genuinely.
He's told me no man can marry me. No man except him.
Yes.
Wow.
I told her
He was
on
so
earth,
sure.
no man. No man
No
can
man
marry
can
you.
love you.
And when as long as I'm alive, no man alive will marry you. Then she told me, the second time she told me, I don't doubt whether you're hearing from God or not. This is what she said. I don't doubt whatever you're saying, whether it is from God or not. But I will give you an assignment. If you think it is God, stop my wedding.
Wow.
If my wedding does not happen, I will believe you truly hear from God.
Wow.
How did she know that? She was also confident because she knew every wedding preparations have gone ahead.
Yeah.
Everything is done. Rasho is done now. Yeah. So she's like, this man is wasting his time.
She's playing with your emotions.
Yeah.
Ile kama yeye ni mtu wa Mungu, unajifanya
Yeah.
unasikia Mungu
Because
sana.
she was telling me
True.
that she hears also from God. And God has spoken to her even when she's in the mountain that man is his husband. I told her, you people, you are wrong. I'm the only one who is hearing here.
Imagine.
I told her, the guy you are dating, he has not heard from God. He told me the guy speaks in angelic tongues. He used to tell me that. The guy is speaking in angelic tongues. I said, angelic tongues? And he's not sure. He's telling you to pray for the marriage. It is the duty of the man in the house as a priest to pray for the wife, not the wife to pray for the man.
Okay.
Yeah. So how is it that the man was given responsibility for her to suffer a beautiful lady, like, look the way she looks, going to the mountain, cold, hungry, fasting, just to pray for a man so that the marriage can work.
Imagine.
As a woman, you're not supposed to pray for a man. Yeah, priesthood has failed. So the moment she told me that, and the moment God showed me that this is your wife, what I did, I said I will increase prayer. I scattered that marriage. I dedicated 3 hours every day just to pray for that. Father, whoever is touching my woman, whoever is meeting her in coffee dates or whatever, I scatter. No peace, I disband, I scatter, I riot. I turn them outside, I send thunder, lightning. So I used to be intense in prayer. And I'm dangerous. When I put you as a prayer item, you will not survive.
So the Java
My
dates,
prayers
you were
don't
like-
answer so fast, yeah. I have a covenant of mercy from God. Any prayer I make, God will answer. He will answer. Yeah. He'll answer. Because I have a covenant. So I told God, you said the kingdom suffered violence, and the violent take it by force, not by crying. I will not cry or beg her love, or beg her to accept me. I will fight for it.
Here she's here knowing that my wedding plans are going on.
Yeah.
So come on into our
Now, this is the worst thing she did.
Mm.
She, the day of her wedding, the date, the month, the year, it was the day I was traveling to Mombasa for the wedding of my elder brother. 4th of 2021, December, was the day that my elder brother got married officially in Mombasa. So when I was in Mombasa and my brother is getting married, I told him, you know, the person God told me is my wife. Is supposed to get married today. But you know that marriage, that wedding will not happen. She disconnected from me. I didn't have any information. I don't have any one person I know from the church where she was supposed to get to be married. So I could not be able to trace anything.
Oh.
So I was in Mombasa on 4th of December 2021 as a frustrated person, and I told God, you know what? You are not a man that when you speak it, you do not bring it to pass. And according to what in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, it says, and to everything and every activity on earth, there's a time appointed for it. So I said, Father, if you show me this is my wife, and there's no if, I know she is. Now, stop everything in her life. When I came to Nairobi, she gave me a call. And the call was concerning a subject she wanted to understand in the scripture. Something she wanted to understand. So I kept mystifying the scripture. I told her, this one means this and this. And she said, I never knew it is that way. I said, okay, fine. I said, when can I see you? She said, I'm in the office at Westlands. I said, okay, fine. Can I pass there?
Ukajua hajaenda honeymoon?
No. I never knew that the wedding did not happen. I did not have any news. But in the spiritually, God told me the wedding did not happen. But I wanted physically to approve. Is it true it did not happen? According to what God is telling me. So I knew she's not married. But I did not know how because I don't have a tangible
Evidence.
So I went to the office to see her. Not the office entered, I looked at her. She didn't have any ring on the hands.
Even zile ulikuwa unaonyeshwa kwa mlima hakuna.
No ring. And she was happy to see me. Very happy. I thought I said, oh, this is my wife. I see. This is my wife. And I made the office my office. We began to talk. We talked. And when we were talking, because I'm prophetic, I carry the prophetic grace and the prophetic anointing and the gift of the prophetic. I'm not in the office of a prophet, but I carry the gift of prophecy, so I can see anytime. So I told her, I'm from Mombasa, my brother got married, ABCD, and she began now to open up and to break down. It was like, I told her, how is everything? How's your wedding? Now, I was doing that intentionally because I knew there was no wedding. Yeah, she lied to me. She said the wedding was postponed.
Yes.
Yeah.
I told him the wedding was
You're still breaking his heart.
Yeah.
because of the plans, blah blah blah, and all that. The wedding was postponed. Then akaniambia, oh, okay. Nikamwambia, I'm still inviting you to my wedding. And he told me that
Yeah, she did that.
That day, he told me that I will believe that you are not my wife when I come to your wedding and I give you a gift. I'll come with a gift, yes.
And I know that you are taken.
And I know you're taken.
Yeah.
That's when I'll believe you're not
My wife.
But still, later he will still tell me, even if you get married, you still get married to me because I'm the one who is your husband. So
Yeah, I told her.
I don't understand this
I
guy.
told her, you keep going. Even if you get married, just know you will leave the person and come to me.
Yes, that's what he would tell me.
Yeah. I was so sure about it.
So, okay, of course, when you tell a woman such a thing, let's say when you tell me such a thing, of course itanishtua kiasi. Hadi nilikuwa nashindwa umse mwenye niko naye kama
He started out in the man.
Yeah, he's the first person to challenge if I truly hear from God. So
Her happiness was when she sees me getting hurt, broken, frustrated for loving her. I'm still fighting for her. That was her happiness.
Umeteswa kwa hii mapenzi.
Z, that's not the sawa.
That's not the
Here's the thing. imagine this is a man of God, and even the one that is coming is a man of God. So who is telling the truth? How will I know the truth? I told God I have to test him. If he passes my test, that's why I call him my pass tester. He passes all my tests. If he passes this test, because I put him on a test, if he passes this test, then I will believe that it is him. So I wanted to see his reaction.
Okay.
Yeah, so I talked to him and he said, okay, fine, no problem. Then that day in the office, I told him to do things. How many things? 3 things. I don't remember. I told him to delete every conversation we've ever had. I told him to delete my contacts. I told him never to look for me ever again.
Wow.
And before I said that, I prayed to God and I asked God to forgive me if I'm hurting his servant. To forgive me, I said, I'll do this. I did not tell you the prayer. It was in my heart. So I said, I'm doing this in my heart. And I'm doing this, Lord, because I don't want to make a mistake. And then this is your servant. And the other one is also your servant. So, he's a man of God, this one is a man of God. So nikasema story ya kubelieve mtu juu ni man of God. Hapana.
Kidogo zinakulemea.
Hapana. Kasema karakta yako ndio itakudefend. Hata uitwe a man of the manest of gods. Karakta yako ndio itakutetea.
Yes.
So I told him, okay, do this. Delete my contacts. Don't look for me. Don't call me. Don't ever come, because anajua where my office is. Don't come to my office. Just go.
In the office, she told me that.
He took his
That
bag.
day.
And began.
No, I refused to delete the contact.
Okay, yeah. He was like.
She said I did it in her presence, in her eyes to see.
Yes. I told him to. I didn't remember that part. Yes. I told him to delete. Then at that particular time, he told me, please please allow me just. I will not text you. I will not call you. I will not do anything. Just let me stay with your number.
It was a lie, oh. Yeah, actually it was a lie, oh.
A good one.
He said, just let me stay with your number.
Aionange tu anasikia vizuri. Kimapenzi.
Nikamwambia, okay, fine. I don't know. I think I accepted because he did not delete. Then I told him, okay, fine, go. Now go. I don't want anything to do with you. Go. He took his bag and left my office. Right?
Yeah.
He left my office.
Wow.
And he was so frustrated. True?
Yeah. It was because for the second time she's telling me.
Alikuwa na veins zimetokea nje. Kwanza kuna moja ndio iko hapa. Ikikuwa activated
inaruka juu.
Inatokea.
So uliona ikiruka and you were like hata iruke.
Itokea hivi. Nikasema, God, please forgive me. I'm doing this because it's the only way I can trust this guy.
So I took the bag and left the office.
Left the office.
When I was on the stairs, she ran for me.
Yeah. Then I said, I wanted to
Come back.
see his reaction, yeah.
You said you have forgotten something in the office.
I told him, you've forgotten something, come. He's
I
not
checked myself.
He's not thinking straight at that point. And I didn't know he was not thinking straight. If I tell him to jump, he would have jumped that time. So he came back to the office. And I told him, okay, you've forgotten something. Please sit. When he sat, then I told him my wedding was cancelled. That's when now I told him, I'm sorry I had to do this. But now let me tell you, my wedding was cancelled. There's no wedding. I am very single.
Wow.
Now that's where
Are you crying?
No,
That's where I prophesied to her.
I'm not crying.
After she said to me, I'm single, my wedding was broken like that, I no longer belong to any person. That's when I looked at her and I prophesied. I told her, 3 months from now, the man will announce another wedding.
Yes.
So I kept prophesying.
Now I remember, I met with him in the month of February. After 14th, ndio tusimit before 14th akuja na maua. Umeshika?
Okay.
And I'm like, no, I'm not dating this guy yet. I don't know the kind of person he is.
Yes.
So I made sure Valentine's imepita na imepita sana.
Yes.
So hakuna celebrate Valentine's. So when he comes and I tell him all that, the first reaction, you know what I was looking for? I wanted to see his reaction if he's going to be angry. I said, I'll be pursuing this lady for this long, 2020, 2021. Sahi nimekuja, I'm wasting time.
You need to remember that I've dated over 200 ladies, and I did not follow any. If you go, I replace.
Okay.
Yeah. So she was the only one who was irreplaceable. Yeah.
Hey.
I could not think anything.
Breathe.
I could not think, breathe, or even see. Yeah.
You really waited for that wedding to be cancelled.
No, I persistently followed her every single minute, every day.
Pursued me like crazy.
Yeah.
So now you are happy, you know now she doesn't belong to anyone.
Doesn't belong to anyone. She opened up and said that one. I got happy. But I kept wondering, why did she give me the first story before telling me she broke up? Of course, I knew she had broken up spiritually, but I was like, she has not yet confessed to me. So she told me that one, and then she embraced me. She pulled her office chair, came and hugged me.
Wow. Those days.
Yeah.
And you were like,
The first time she hugged me.
what were
Now,
you
when she hugged me, watch very carefully. She's not this lady you're seeing sitting next to me, this wife of mine. I've never met a woman like her. When now you see that day is the day that the scars are being healed, because now she's giving me a hug.
Yes.
Now when she hugged me, I extended the hug. I holded her waist. I grabbed her waist. Now our case began immediately. Why am I grabbing her waist?
See, you
I
just
said you're the one who has hugged me. Oh. I've been suffering. I've been saying all this wrong. All this suffering now, today there's a hug, now you don't want me to hold everything. Now, she said, she changed and said, "Good." It was terrible. She went out, she said, "Who told you to touch me?" I said, "You came, you hugged me, all your arms were holding me and you were on me." I said, I had the right to hold you. So I was to have my shoulder like Jesus on the cross. She said, "No." So that's what you do to ladies, when they, I'm not your girl. I'm not your fiance. Why are you holding me?
Wow.
You have trespassed, and she was serious by the
I
way.
was just hugging for brother and sister hugging, not hugging for I am your wife hugging.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
Now, that's when I realized she was going through an emotional trauma. And
actually,
damage.
that's what I wanted
Yeah,
to say.
and
You
damage.
want emotional support from this man, but you don't want him again to close.
She doesn't want me to know that she is into me.
Yeah.
Okay? She still wants to play the same thing, the same way. So I was like, now we are doing a case here. I had to now frame an apology and give it to her and tell her, you know what, I'm sorry. This is what you are. You keep holding women's waist everywhere. You touch, you touch. I was just hugging you to comfort. Anyway, it's okay. I'll not be mad because I hugged you. You go. We'll meet. So I left her game. But at least it was good. I was leaving when there was a hug I was being given, at least for once. After 2020 to 2021, at least once there's a hug. So,
So the pain she was caused by the ex, she
now she's
decided to
revenging
leave
here.
it on you.
Yeah. Now when I left, that's when God told me, I've put her into your hands, but you will suffer a lot for her to be your wife.
Okay.
I said, suffer? He said, yes. You will suffer a lot than any man to be his husband.
Wow.
I said, well, I said, this lady is totally messed up. She's damaged emotionally. She never used to believe in love, believe in any man, believe in anything. Her construction as mental construction was messed up. Every time we meet, we are now having meetings small.
Finally now you can meet
now,
her.
she calls me, we talk in the late of the night, we talk, now, what I suffered, every call she gave me, she was talking about her breakup and the man. To us men, when you're talking about your ex, over 6 months, you're talking about your ex, 8 months, you're telling me about the story of your ex, how he hurted you. When you call me, you don't have anything good to tell me. You don't tell me you miss me, you're telling me about the way the guy did to you. So God told me, I told you, you will suffer, you will pay the price. I was the bad, she was like, ananisomeanga, venye angesomeanga huyo jamaa. So akila saa ananisomea.
Every pain was
Ananisomea. I don't know you men how you do things. Men of anything to do with the man of God. Sasa kazi yangu ni ku agree with everything she say. Then after agreeing, we pray on phone. After praying, I comfort her and prove to her that there are other good people outside there.
Wow.
I do that every day for over 1 year. So finally,
Wow.
a day came. After many meetings we meet, she gives me surprises. And what surprises me, she's one of the ladies who surprised me in my life. On her birthdays, she sends an offering seed for her birthday to me as a man of God. Not as a fiancé, not as somebody I'm married. That time she was sending.
Okay.
She said, "You are a man of God, I'm planting a seed."
Okay.
Yeah. She's the first woman I've ever sent money while we don't have seed, and she reversed. She reversed my money terribly. You said she reversed and added another one on top of that amount. I said, Jesus, where am I heading? It's just a small token of appreciation that we have met and we are parting ways. This is your transport. She reversed.
Oh, at the mountain.
Yeah, she reversed my money. Tuma na yenye mimi nitatumia kutoa. I'm like, God, where am I heading? God said, I told you you will suffer. You are taking the blows that were supposed to be given to the other man. It is your time. God told me.
When will she stop now telling you about her ex?
Every meeting we meet physically. Our drink is coming. Now you see, I cannot imagine that man. Do you remember there's a day that man is about the man? We talked 3 hours about the man. We will not talk about us. And
About
then we
both
close the
of
meeting.
them.
About both of them.
Like, I don't understand why.
Yeah, because I being a counselor myself, I had to call another counselor. You know, when you are a counselor, you need to be counseled.
Yes.
I called another counselor. I told him, I'm going through. The counselor told me, listen to me. You will have to be foolish now. You said God said to you. I said yes. But I hate this habit she's doing. This one, I can no longer take it. He said, you have to be patient. I said okay, I'll be. He said, you go there, listen. In fact, don't be listening. Wait, itikia, agree everything, then go home. Pay the bills, go home. So we used to meet. Niki meet na nakuwa niko na shock absorbers. Nimeweka enough. Because I know very well, I'm given another story about the man, what he did to her. So she'll be telling me about the man, about the man. Until one day she realized she's not doing what is right. Yeah.
Okay.
Because she used to talk and realize like, he's not talking. I'm like, okay. Okay. Wow. Do you need another thing to eat? And then she used to eat. She likes creamy things, sweet things. The more she's stressed, the more she wants. So okay, fine. Now I suffered because she gave me a yes the day that I never expected. We were having just a formal meeting to talk. She came with a lot of surprises for me, gifts.
Okay.
By then I have many letters written by my wife in my house. She loves writing to me letters. Every time I meet her, she used to give me a card.
Okay.
Because she could not communicate her love. She used to write.
Okay.
She was so wounded and bleeding. Yeah. So that day she came because I was still also mentoring her, helping her to move on, helping her to forget, telling her what she should be doing spiritually and physically. I told her anytime you feel you need to speak up about this matter, you call my number. So I could be in a meeting and she will call. I will choose to go outside at all costs to listen to her. Because she's my life. The meeting, I can end up making the meeting and get money, but now she is the one I need. So I could go out, pick her calls, talk to her. And then on 4th of April, on 9th of April 2022, she came to Kitengela. When she came, I had planned to surprise her, and she had planned to surprise me. She came with gifts, I was also having gifts.
Okay.
When I gave her the gifts I had, she gave me gifts. Then where the hotel we met, I had planned to be technical. We meet that hotel, then I take her to another spacious hotel.
Okay.
So we went somewhere so nice, in another hotel where there's a garden. I knew what she likes, gardenish things, water. So I took her there. So when you read there, she said, the reason why I've come to you today is because I was waiting. Said, I've come to give you a yes. It's a yes. I said, what? He said, it's a yes. 9th of April, 2022.
Yay.
She gave me a yes.
Yes.
Yeah, when she said it's final, I got scared again. Because her answers are always final. So it was another part. So that day, every time she said we are meeting, I used to say, maybe this will be the day that it will be the worst now. I used to know she will always turn me off and say no. And she used to love talking to me on phone and on calls, hearing my voice and me telling how much I love her. She could listen for 1 hour, I'm talking about how much I love her. And she used to love it.
Sorry for interruption. The first time, for the first time when he called me, I called him and he started expressing his love. Now I am very single, I just told him, you can continue. Just continue, let me listen to you. And he was so sweet. It was so sweet to my ears, to my spirit, to my soul. I was just loving what he's telling me.
Wow.
Then I told him thank you because I had not said yes to him. I told him it is well, thank you. Because I needed not to play with his feelings. He is consistent, is determined, he's dedicated, passionately pursuing me. And he's not like anatry. Ako very intentional. His intentionality you cannot ignore.
Yeah.
So I was like, I cannot allow him to continue like this for the next 1 year.
Yeah.
I have to say to put a stop or continue to this. I have to pause it. Not pause, is stop.
You either end.
Yeah, to end it or I say yes to him.
Okay.
So that's when we had the conference, the win-loss conference. I invited him and he
Relationship
came.
conference.
Yeah.
I came.
I invited him and he came.
Okay.
Whatever happened that day is what helped me to give an answer to him.
Actually, let me touch something on that. I came to Nairobi at the cinema. Then she had invited me. She was the organizer of the meeting. Even when we go online, she's there. Now what happened? She was the MC of that particular meeting for the Windows.
I didn't know.
She did not know she was the MC.
Okay.
Now when I entered there, I came with a brigade of people. She gave me some cards to invite people, so I invited many people.
Okay.
I came with them. I did not understand. When I reached there at the entrance, she left the podium, came outside to pick me.
Wow.
And she had reserved a seat where Pastor's sit for me to sit.
Yeah.
Wow.
She had not given me a yes. So I said, this street, when I reached there, he told me, you're not going to sit with your friends that you have come with, follow me. So when I entered the auditorium of Nairobi Cinema, all eyes were on me.
Wow.
They were like, this beautiful lady, she just went outside to pick this man, only this man. Who is this man? So I walked to the front. I found a reserved seat.
Wow.
She said, this is where you're sitting. I sat. She never knew she's an MC. Now, the people who are being hosted by that program, the Windows, they made her to become an MC abruptly without her awareness.
Okay.
She was not informed. They said, you're the MC. So I enjoyed seeing her MCing there. Then when the event ended, it was a relationship conference, the Windows asked her, is that guy your
The wife.
The wife asked her, is that guy your fiance? She said, no.
Actually, she asked me, did your fiancé come to the conference?
Yeah, that was the question.
Yes.
The reason why they asked is because they spotted her with me.
When I was bringing him.
When she was bringing
Then I
me.
said, no. In fact, there is nothing like that. I truly said, I was like, of which it was true. There was nothing like that. So why are you jumping like
To conclusion.
Yeah, like, oh my God, is this and all that.
By the time the meeting was ending, she took me outside. We went outside when she was getting me. And I hugged her again.
Wow.
And she said she feels so good about the hug.
You're
And I
falling in love without knowing, girl.
Yes.
Unknowingly. Yeah. So she smiled that day. This is the first day I saw her smiling when I hugged her. And
I was not mad.
yeah, she was not
This time
mad.
you're not saying,
And then when I
I
left,
rebuke you.
when I went, she kept commenting about the hug. And like, how did you feel when you hugged me? I said, You see me, I always talk now loud. Now that I express how I felt when I heard that, she was like, okay. Okay, now I think she made up her mind to give me a yes.
Yeah.
Because there was because there was no need for me to, you know, I'm already I'm already getting attached to him.
Yes.
And I need to be very sober.
Yes.
And I can't say no to him. Okay, I can't say no to the man that God has brought my way, to my husband, because I'm still waiting to heal at 38 years at the pool of Bethsaida. So I said I'll close my eyes. I will just close my eyes and believe that if I say yes to him, it will not be the wrong it will not be the wrong thing I'm doing.
Yes.
I won't be making a mistake. So I closed my eyes. I said I cannot put him on hold until I'm trying to pray about. I've been praying for my marriage. Why would I again pray about it? But why would I pray about something for so long and I still don't know the answer? See, last year nilikuwa nimeambiwa, by the end of this year you will know who is your husband.
Yes,
I had only two options, either my ex or him.
Yeah.
So I just knew it is him.
Wow.
But now I had just to say, to be truly convinced about his character and all that, so that I can just say yes comfortably without my heart beating so fast. Like, what if he's not what he is? What if he's a man of God? Then akona mambo mingi around him, and then you get.
So, I know the fears.
So,
Wow. Hey, you've really made this man suffer. Yes.
Really.
Or for you, you don't think it was anything that he was suffering about?
No. It's not about suffering here. It's about being safe than sorry one more time.
Yeah. Beautiful. Being safe. As even if you're feeling the love and the emotions, you have to tell them, shape up.
Yeah.
We must be sure of where we are going.
Be sure this time. Once bitten, twice shy.
Wow. So you had to pay. Imagine you had to pay the scene of what had happened.
I was paying some things that are not even involved. Yeah, I was just suffering. Yeah.
So how did it make you to feel a yes finally?
She gave me a yes, and the day she gave me a yes, we messed up again. She got mad and angry again. In fact, she left the meal. We had something. We were in a certain restaurant that.
Oh my God.
It's a restaurant that they have this meal called kukubahati.
Okay.
So it is a variety of meals.
I can imagine.
Now she did not touch because after she gave me a yes, I took her arms, kissed both arms. She said, "Now you see, this is what I did not want." She stood up, left, went to the washroom. She stayed there for not less than 15 minutes. When she returned, she never ate. I asked her what is happening. She said, "So this is who you are." I said, "But you gave me a yes. You don't expect me to be happy. You don't expect me to be overwhelmed." She expected to say a yes, and then I said, "Okay. Oh, say yes, thank you. Fine."
She expected
I'm not
you
that kind
pray.
of a person, yeah. I'm not the kind of a person. I'm vibrant. Yeah, I'm very vibrant, vigorous.
Expressive.
The sagacity in me. Yeah.
You had waited for it.
I've been waiting for
So how
it
can
since
you
2020.
react?
You can check this. 2020, I'm seeing her as my wife. Here is 2022. I'm still waiting for a yes. Don't you think I suffered?
You did.
I did.
Then here you are. She don't want you to celebrate.
I suffered spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically.
Even
and
physically,
socially. Even
because
socially.
you guys are making me
look like
Yeah, even socially.
You are very bad.
Yeah. I could not think.
No, you are representing culturally very well. Actually, congratulations.
Yeah.
Because this is how women we should be. Let's not be so easy. Like, let him pay the cost. I mean, you guys must pay the cost.
The
Because now
satisfaction.
imagine, after that, she came to live with you. You are with
Yeah.
her every day.
Yeah.
So why couldn't you pay? Oh my. So you went to the washroom to wash your hands because you have been kissed since.
Yeah.
That be.
Maybe I went to the washroom to tell God, now see what he has done again. I
I'm
was
sorry,
like, God,
God.
why has he done that? So I was feeling like he has done the wrong thing. He was not supposed to do that.
Okay.
So because of my mentality that no sex before marriage, so of course that being my mindset. So no touchy.
The touchy is the start of things.
Yes.
Wow.
And I've not even stayed with him, and he's already kissing. Why are you kissing my hands? Like, why?
I was like, you have given me a yes. A yes begins from me kissing your arms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe maybe the trauma and all that. At that time, my mind, I don't want anything like that. You say yes. Say let's just give me a hug.
Pray.
Number two.
Give me a
Number
hug.
two.
And then
She was so scared of me. She used to think, number one, I'm a womanizer. Number
Yes.
two, she used to think I am not spiritual. I am a diviner. There are some things I've touched demonically that mess me to control her to love me.
Okay.
So she used to battle with the love I have for her. Because she thinks maybe the reason why she's following me and being gleaning after me is because there's something I've done.
Okay.
She used to doubt my salvation.
Okay.
And not only doubting, it was because of her past. So she was escalating that this is also a man of God, and now this one is claiming to be prophetic, is claiming to be hearing from God.
Healing
Now
people.
I think, he is healing people. So I think this guy, there's question marks.
Wow.
So at one point, she came abruptly to my church when I opened the church officially.
just
She
to
came.
see.
I saw her, nobody gave her direction. I don't know how she found the direction. I thought it's a ghost.
Unafanya uchunguzi chini ya maji.
Yeah. She came to the church
I just
and found me there.
And I came with my brother.
He came with his brother.
Without
Abruptly.
giving notice that I'm
Without
going.
any
notice.
notice.
Wow.
I was preaching,
I
standing
wanted
on the pulpit. I saw them entering. And that's where my preaching got messed up, confused.
I wanted to see this person. Number one, he's very young, okay? And then he doesn't look Kenyan, or he just looks like Somali, like you know those. So I'm looking at him, and he's telling me his all these things. I'm believing it's just now confirming if the information is feeding me, if I should continue taking it or I should.
Editor.
Yeah. So he tells me he has a church, amefungua church. I wanted to see if it is true that there is such a thing like he has a church.
Okay.
Now remember, I am 2021. I am in Uganda. I come back 2022. I opened the church on February 6th, 2022. Okay? On April, she now gives me a yes.
Okay.
2022. So she came to the church even before the yes
Okay.
to find out the church. She found me there preaching, and after that I took them for lunch with the brother. We ate together, and they left.
Wow.
And I was like, why did she come to the church without letting me know?
Should I not confirm if he truly has a church?
Yeah, you did well.
Yes.
You are doing
So
well.
nifikiri ni story ya jaba. Okay.
True
Turudi
that.
pale kwa Dea Yes. Hii Dea Yes inanifurahisha sana. So she have now gone mad because you have kissed her heart. Now will you apologize and make things work?
No, when she came back, she was mad from the washroom.
Yeah.
She could not eat.
Yes.
And she questioned, why did you do that? Was it a must for you to do that after I've given you a yes? Is this how you... I did not apologize.
Okay.
For the first time, I chose not to apologize.
Okay.
I chose to take my stand.
Okay.
Why? Because now I have the pros and the cons. I know them, and I have the percent on my end. She has given me a yes. So I know her life and her principles. When she gives you something, she cannot change it.
Okay.
So I said, I will not apologize because there's a yes. Let me see what she will do next.
Okay.
So she just got furious, mad. But she was in between being mad and being good.
So what was your stand?
My stand concerning?
You said
My stand, I wanted to continue kissing the arms. That was my stand. So it spoiled the moment of the yes. I had to call the waiter to pack the meal. Okay? So we can leave the place. I no longer want to stay there again.
Wow.
Yeah,
it was
so
late. I need to go home. I have curfew. Yeah.
And he has started kissing your heart. You better leave.
yeah. And the reason why she used to avoid that
Yeah.
is because I'm talking on my end.
Yes.
She felt I am genuine in loving her, and she felt she was not sure about me,
Yeah.
and she was loving me. So she was not sure whether this is the right thing or not. What if I am playing with her feelings? What if I will do the same thing as the other man of God?
Yes.
I used to be suspicious to her. Just think
Yes.
I'm not a man of a stand. Maybe I have other ladies I'm kissing the same.
Okay.
Maybe I'm having other people I'm doing the same. So she was scared. We started our dating. Then our courtship began when we now decided. I told her that I need to come to your parents, to see your parents.